Travel Adventures with Valerie Brown. And I always want to inspire you to travel, but right now nobody's traveling. So I've started a new series and it's called Bedtime Stories for Adults. And it's about storytelling and adventures and travel and tales and legends. And I'm going to start this with a series of tales and legends about gemstones. And today's episode is going to be about emeralds. And we're going to start with Cleopatra's reign. Cleopatra came from a long line of rulers, of whom the first had been Alexander the Great's henchman, General Ptolemy. She inherited the Egyptian throne after her father died in 51 BC, when she was 20, but tradition dictated that she should marry her 12-year-old brother, Ptolemy XIII. And if the new queen was not impressed by this, her younger sibling was not overjoyed either. 2 years later, Ptolemy sent his sister into exile in Syria, and it was from this time that Cleopatra began to make an international name for herself. As she amassed her forces and supporters, and later, once she had regained her throne, she became known throughout the Roman world and beyond for her affairs with powerful men, her charisma, her ruthless determination, and her jewels. The first mention of Cleopatra's interest in emeralds is an account of her famous seduction of Julius Caesar after his victory over General Pompey in 49 BC. She was 22 and desperate for the Romans to support her against her brother. The majority of writers at this time were most interested in the fact that Caesar's advisors were furious and made it known that she was whoring to gain Rome. But it was the upstart poet Marcus Aeneas Lucanus who really went into People magazine style prose in his 10-volume epic, The Civil War. In it, he described the interior of her home, including the columns of her living room, the ivory hallways, the jasper couches, and the Indian tortoise shells scattered around her boudoir with frequent emeralds studded. How could the Roman general resist her, as laden as she lay, faint beneath the gems and gold? Of course he could not. For Caesar, that first evening with Cleopatra was a lesson in how to use luxury to exhibit power. And when he returned home to Rome, he immediately introduced laws limiting luxury, like purple togas and certain gemstones, to Caesar's use alone. For Cleopatra, it was perhaps even more important lesson in how to use luxury in a slightly different way, to gain influence. After her younger brother had been defeated and she was queen of Egypt in her own right, she sent soldiers and workers out to every gem mine in her dominion, because by then she had learned, as so many rulers had learned ever since, that her royal popularity depended largely on her royal glamour. Jewels told the world that even if she had once been ejected from the throne, she was still a queen. So that's the end of Cleopatra's reign with emeralds. There's lots more stories on that. And I'm thanking you for listening to me. I hope you'll come back for the next issue. It's going to be about emeralds again, and this will be the Columbia emeralds. Again, this is Valerie Brown of Travel Adventures with Valerie Brown. And I also have a blog, www.TAWVB.com. For both of them, please like, subscribe, share, forward, whatever you can do. Thanks for watching.